year ago, I was on Pinterest scrolling as one does. I was trying to be inspired for what I could do with my life. I had kind of been looking at online jobs. I was looking at activities I could do, just ways that I could really level up my life. And it was before I even discovered this becoming challenge that I really am just diving into now. I journaled out some things that I didn't know would come into my future. I guess I kind of hoped they would, but I wrote them down and then I kind of forgot about them. And I just want to go over some of the things with you guys today. Where's her focus? Where's she living? What does her social profile look like? What kind of movies does she watch? What accomplishments does she have? How much money does she make? That one kind of bothered me a little bit. What does she consume on social media? That one bothers me still. How do people treat her? They have to be able to be in contact with her to treat her any such way. Honestly, I need to get out more. That's one of the things I'm trying to do. What does she aspire to be like? And I wrote classy Christian. Although what I think I really meant, now that I've been doing this deep dive into classy, was classy in an emotional way, but maybe feminine, not classy. I live in the middle of a desert. I'm surrounded by horses and cows. Dressing classy doesn't really fit. It's not conducive to this lifestyle. Being feminine does, though. I don't feel like I could go outside and even do anything in some white Levi's or maybe some khaki colored linen pants. These are things that I do like to see on other people and I wouldn't mind wearing, but where would I go and that kind of stuff? Maybe on date nights I could dress classier, but for day to day, you can tell this is the one that I've been researching a lot lately. I have my opinions that I have made. Let's go on. How do people treat her? Whom does she aspire to be like? My grandma, she was classy. What does this person spend her free time doing? Scrolling on Instagram for 8 hours a day? No, that is not what I wrote. Sometimes a hike, sometimes family fun, dancing, reading, swimming, biking, running, painting, playing music, jump rope. So the point is, I forgot that I had even written these things down. And then I went back and I read the answers that I had put. And I have slowly been changing my life over to do those things. It's not a whole bunch of change. And there were some things that I started doing before I even started doing this Becoming series that I'm taking part in, that I personally made myself take part in. So I wrote it out. And then I proceeded to follow the prescription that I had given myself without obsessing over it. It was subconscious. They were things that I had dreamt up doing, and they're things that I have been doing. And I've slowly been evolving into the person that I created. I mean, I was still me when I wrote it, and it's not like I decided I was gonna join a biker gang or do something crazy. It was just things that were missing from my life, and I wanted to add them. And I knew I wanted to add them after I had written it, not before. And then after I'd written it, I continued living my life. And then I subconsciously was like, it would just like pull up. I wouldn't think, oh, I wrote that down on that Pinterest paper that I found one day. No, it was just something that subconsciously I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hike the Grand Canyon. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So dream building. And writing it down. You got to write these things down. You can think about stuff you want to do all day, but until you write it down, it's probably not going to become a reality. It might, but the chances of it are really low. And so I would recommend that you journal out what you want to do with your life over the next 5 to 10 years, because they're going to pass by anyway. I keep hearing that everywhere. I know it's true. The years are going to pass by anyway. You might as well be intentional with them. Also, if you don't write it down, you're probably going to be told by other people what you want to do. Because that's just what happens when you get onto social media. You see people doing things, you think, oh, that might be fun. You kind of forget about it. Unless you write it down, And then you kind of just start living other people's lives instead of your own. So what dreams do you have that you want to accomplish? Like for me, I wrote down that I wanted to dress classy. And so I started doing this deep dive into what classy means. And it's what classy means to these other people, okay? It wasn't what classy meant to me. And when I finally discovered that through journaling and writing things down, I realized that classy meant being kind to other people and treating them well, not letting them affect me emotionally. I did like this little video on it. And then I realized I just wanted to dress more feminine, not necessarily classy. Like, I don't need to be wearing silk all the time, or trousers all the time, or high heels all the time. No, thank you. I can't even wear boots with heels because, well, I could. Okay, I just don't want to. Let's just say I want to wear tennis shoes. The comfort. Plus my dad's a chiropractor, so he's always harping on why high heels are bad for your back. And I will wear them every once in a while to church or on a date. Anyways, more girly, less boyish, wearing things that are flattering, figuring out what the flattering things are. So you should really think about what your priorities are first before you go and try to get other people's opinions, because then you will know, without all the input from everyone else, what you think is important first. And I think that is one of the key things that I had before I started. So I just wasn't becoming other people, what their opinions were. It's important that you're able to differentiate between good advice and bad advice, or information that might just not be for you. I mean, it might be true for some, but you need to decide if it's true for you. Is it good information or is it misinformation? Is it going to lead you down a money spending path that you don't want to go down? One of the things that I do that I feel like is helping me a lot is I'm trying out things from thrift stores first and not spending a ton of money. I knew I wanted a wide leg jean, so I went to Walmart, big spender, and bought myself a pair of wide leg jeans that were light color. And I do like the way that they make me look, and that is what's important, is what you like. It's not all these other people telling you what looks good and what doesn't look good. It's how you feel in it, right? If you are confident, you will look 10 times better in the clothes that you're wearing. Also, I decided I'm not going to stop weightlifting. I don't think I need to do that to be feminine. I think I just need to figure out a way to dress while I'm weightlifting that is both modest and feminine. That's something else that I'm not getting when I'm looking for ways to dress, is modesty. I have a different version of modesty. It's like stronger than other people's. Like this V-neck is almost, if it went any deeper, I wouldn't wear it. My shoulders need to be covered. Most of my décolletage needs to be covered. My waist needs to be covered. Sometimes I'm uncomfortable in things that are a little too tight unless I'm going to be layering. Can I be strong and still be feminine? Yes. It's actually healthy. Can I be healthy and be feminine? Yes. I don't go to the pony club, the pink pony club. I don't go to tea with the Queen of England. I live in the desert. I will be going for hikes. I will be paddleboarding. I will be swimming. I will be coaching. But can I do these things in a feminine way instead of leaning into the masculine? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And I think I can. I just need to figure out how to do it and feel secure. Feel like I love what I'm wearing, and I'll do it my way. I think that's something that's important to keep in mind when you're doing something like this. Figuring out how to do things your own way. I've said that many times. Dream building can be fun, and it can help you figure out what you want in your future. So I think that you should sit down and you should do some dream building. And you could go onto Pinterest and find how to become the woman I want to be. I think that's probably what I typed in. And it'll bring up a whole bunch of questionnaires and you can just start writing it out. And if you're not sure, say, I don't know yet. Maybe blah, blah, blah. But it does help you zero in. It helped me zero in and figure out what I wanted to change and what I wanted to do more of and what I wanted to become and what I wanted to let go of in my life. And I wasn't ready for some reason to do it last year, but this year I have been really like stepping in and raging to go, and for some reason it helped me get rid of a whole bunch of extra stuff in my house. Like I've been taking stuff to the thrift store like crazy, like just going through and getting rid of a lot of things. And I used to watch the hoarder shows all the time. I still watch some things on YouTube, people clearing out stuff, and they talk about how a cluttered home is just a sign of a cluttered mind. So my mind was hanging on to the past, and as soon as I was able to let go of some things from my past, I think it had more to do with my kids not living at home anymore, and I was crying about that for a while. And now that I'm not, and I'm in a healthier place mentally, I'm able to let go of like things that my kids didn't want to keep. It was just stuff. I don't know. There's just things that we hold on to that we feel like are usable, and then we get to a point in our life and they're not usable anymore. And it's just time to let it go. And I'm finally to that point of letting it go. It's disturbing my youngest child. She's like, but I still am gonna come home. There's room for you to come home still. I have like 20 pillows in this closet I'm gonna get rid of too. I don't know why I keep keeping them. Why I keep hanging on. Part of it's because I spent good money on them, but the other part is maybe my kids will want them someday. Well, I should just ask them if they want them instead of hanging on just in case. And half the time my kids say no. So this process has helped me change, and it's helped me get rid of things emotionally, which has helped me get rid of things physically. And I think I would recommend it to anybody. And you don't have to be my age. My daughters are kind of going through the same process, but college age. Like, what is working for me? What do I want to have in my future? What do I see helping me emotionally along my path? And sometimes those things are physical, and sometimes they're emotional, sometimes they're social. And the more we can be more spiritually in tune with ourselves and use God in the process too, I think it would be very helpful. So just to wrap it all up, journal it out. Journal it out, figure out what you want, get rid of the stuff that's not serving you, and step into the new you. One little sentence at a time. Love you guys. Bye.